Here we are, Aesop's Fables, The Lion and the Ass Go Hunting. As everyone knows, the lion is a mighty hunter, but even the king of beasts at times grows tired of hunting for his food. So once a lion made an agreement with an ass to go hunting together. The plan was that they were to proceed to a certain cave where a herd of wild goats were accustomed to take shelter. The lion was to take a position near the mouth of the cave while the ass went inside and made such a hideous noise by braying and kicking and stamping that the terrified animals would run right into the lion's trap. The plan worked beautifully. The lion caught and killed and devoured several goats, and after his hearty meal he stretched out to take his ease. Just then the ass, anxious to claim his share of the noble victory, came up to the reclining lion and said, "How was that for a job? Didn't I give those goats the worst of it? What do you think of the noise I made? Wasn't it wonderful?" "Yes, indeed," replied the lion sleepily. "As a matter of fact, if I hadn't known you to be only an ass, I think I would have been scared myself." Braggarts usually get themselves laughed at in the end. The fox and the bramble. The hounds were in full cry in pursuit of the wily fox and were gaining on him rapidly. Turning suddenly from his course, the fox dived through a hedge that was full of sharp thorns. "Those dogs will never follow me through these brambles," said the fox to himself. Just then he stepped on one of the thorns. "That was a dirty trick," he snarled. "What kind of a bramble are you? Here I come to you for help, but you only stab me for my pains." "Wait a minute, friend fox," replied the bramble. "I am the one who should be angry. You came running to me for help with your tail between your legs. I didn't ask you to come this way, did I? You knew I had thorns, and you were perfectly willing to have the dogs wounded by them. Now that you yourself got caught on one of them, you complain? Next time I hope the hounds catch you." All that the fox could do was lick his smarting paw. To the selfish, all are selfish. Ooh, that's true. The horse and the lion. The lion was hungry. Hunting had not been too good during the past week. He was sitting by the roadside feeling sorry for himself when a handsome horse came trotting past. The lion's mouth watered as he thought of what a wonderful dinner that horse would make if only he could catch him. The lion just couldn't get his mind off that horse, so he let it be noised about that he had become a wonderful doctor who could heal any animal's complaint. A day or two later, the horse, pretending that he had a thorn in one hoof, came to the lion's den for help. The lion licked his chops. This was the chance he'd been looking for. He asked the horse to raise one of his hind legs so he could make an examination. Solicitously, in his best bedside manner, he bent his head as though to examine the ailing hoof. Just as he was ready to spring, the horse let go with his upraised hoof. There was a sickening thud as the hoof met nose, and the last thing the lion remembered was a whinny of laughter as the horse galloped away toward the forest. The best laid scheme often has a kickback. The two frogs. All summer long there had been no rain, and all the lakes and streams had dried up. Two frogs looking for water came upon a deep well. They sat down and argued so as to whether they should dive in or not. Said one frog, "My, but that water looks good down there. I think we should hop in without delay. Not only will we have plenty of good fresh water, but we'll have it all to ourselves." "What you say may be true," said the second frog, "but suppose this well dries up too, then where will we be? No water, and no way of getting out either." Think twice before you leap. That's good. The travelers and the hatchet. Two men were traveling along the high road toward the town. Suddenly, one of them spied a hatchet half hidden in the fallen leaves. "Look at what I found," he cried, picking up the tool. "Do not say I," complained his companion. "It is more proper to say, look what we have found." The finder of the hatchet shrugged his shoulder, and they continued on their way. Presently they came upon a group of men whose eyes were on the roadway as though they were looking for something. Suddenly one of the strangers pointed to the approaching twain, and they rushed up to them pointing to the hatchet. Alas, said the traveler who had found the hatchet, it looks as though we are in trouble. What do you mean we are in trouble? What you really mean to say is that I am in trouble. He who will not allow his friend to share the prize must not expect him to share the danger. Well, that's it for Aesop's Fables tonight. More next time. Bye.